Good morning everyone from Claire's Kitchen. I must apologise in advance, I've got a very sore throat and I have a very tickly throat. So if I disappear, it's because I've gone for a glass of water. So this morning's excitement is we are going to be discussing Facebook tracking pixels and Facebook standard events. Facebook has recently moved everything around in the Pixels dashboard, and it is quite difficult to find where everything is if you're not monitoring it on a daily basis like me. So I thought today I will talk you through Facebook Pixel and the Facebook standard events and why you need to use them, or where you would need to use them. So to find your pixel, I'm presuming everyone has already set up a Facebook pixel on the website, which is just the bog standard Facebook pixel, which would track any traffic to any page on your website. Okay, so to find it, we go up to the three squiggles at the top. You have the Power Editor, Adverts Manager, Audiences, Business Settings, and in the bottom it says All Tools. So we'll click over to that, and as you can see now, Facebook has changed everything slightly. So now you don't click on the pixels, there's actually an actual box called Events Manager, which Facebook has just renamed a pixel to Events Manager, as they do keep throwing in ridiculous changes every 30 seconds of the day. So I'm going to click through the pixels, and this is my pixel dashboard of a dummy account, yeah, when it loads up. Thinking, hello Facebook. Hello. Here we go. So this is a dummy account I've got there called SMC, Social Media Concierge. So this is going to bring up a dashboard. All this is saying is I have had, in the last 7 days, 394 views of my website on a pixel which is set up as a page view. So when you set up your pixel on your website, all that will track is page views. Okay, so if you want to track something specific like a purchase or somebody adding something to a shopping basket, or somebody who has completed a registration form, you have to use something called Facebook Standard Events, and all that means is it's an extra bit of code to get added to the pixel. Unfortunately, Facebook pixels are very brain frying, yes. Don't be too concerned, as Facebook has slotted in something rather nice for you here, and they actually give you instructions, which is very bizarre from Facebook. So I'm going to click through to my pixel, or my dummy pixel that I made a couple of days ago. Thinking. So that is today. I have had 16 fires with my pixel of somebody looking at something on my website, yeah? So as you can see, that already tells me that I've got a Facebook pixel installed, and all this is saying is I've had 507 page views and 344 general events. The 344 general events are actually page views. So, as I said, Facebook has something called standard events. Yeah, there are actually 9 of them. Okay, so I'm going to talk you through what they are, why you need them, and how to set them up. Okay, when I remember where they've hidden them. I don't want a custom conversion. Where have you put them, Facebook? No, that's not it. There we go. So, to find the standard events, because you would never have found these, I found these by accident a couple of days ago. Click on the setup button that is going to take you back to your Pixel, okay? Depending on what platform you are on, Facebook has various different plugins to help you set your pixels up, yeah? So if you're on BigCommerce, Google Tag Manager, Magento, Segment, Shopify, Squarespace, Wix or WooCommerce, click the top button, yeah? If you haven't got a bloody clue what you're doing, click the bottom button which says email instructions to your web developer. Now, I'm presuming some of you like to manage your own websites like me. Yes, you don't want to rely on emailing to a developer, waiting 700 days for them to reply and waiting for that pixel to be installed for you to get on with whatever ad campaign you want to set up. So I'm going to show you how to do it yourself. So that is the middle. Manually install the code yourself. Here we go. So, because I've already got this pixel set up, I don't need to do any of 1 and 2, okay? Because that is already set up on my website. If you haven't got a pixel set up on your website, you're going to go to option 2 and grab that code. Excuse me, my voice has gone. So you're going to grab that. All you need to do is click in the blue square, copy the code to your clipboard, okay? Now, depending on what platform you're on, you may have to install it on the head of the page that you want to put it on, or every single page that you want to put it on, as it is the general Facebook pixel. If you're on WordPress, there is a plugin that I recommend called Pixel My Site, so which that is www.pixelmysite.com. It is free to load the standard Facebook pixel. I think you have to upgrade, I'm sure you have to upgrade your account to a paid account once you start to use these standard events, yeah? So if you don't want to pay for that, you'll need to learn how to amend the code in the head of the page of your website. What a mouthful. So it sounds very technical, but once you get the hang of it, it's not that bad. So if we jump back to number 1, Facebook has actually shown you where you need to insert the pixel code. So as you can see, doc type HTML, blah, 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 boring, techie stuff. So then it's got the arrow, head, arrow, script, arrow, ... script again. You insert the pixel code underneath the script between the 2 heads. So where it says arrow, head, arrow, then script, then underneath it will say arrow, head, arrow. That is where you slot your pixel code, okay? So this is the standard pixel code. This is going, when you do that, this is going to fire on every single page of your website, yeah? Now, you might be running some ad campaigns where you are trying to get people to fill in a registration form, for instance. So you will need to amend that code and add an extra line of code in. Very sorry about that. Yeah, so I'm going to scroll up and tell you all about them ones. So just click the blue continue button. Okay, so this is pretty new. Previous to this was not listed in the pixel part of your adverts manager. It was hidden somewhere in the Facebook documentation on the community forum of Facebook. So you would have had to go and search out the actual extra bit of code you needed. Facebook has very kindly slotted it into the Pixels dashboard, which is very nice of them. So what is an event? An event is an action on your website that can be tracked, such as when someone clicks a button or visits a page on your site. With the Facebook Pixel, you can identify the events that matter to you and give them categories, such as, like I said before, add to your cart, makes a purchase. Yeah, so that is all that it means when Facebook say standard events. There are 9 of them, yeah. You can custom create your own if none of them are suitable to what you want to track, but you will need to start messing about with the Facebook Developer API. And that is when I would probably shout up and say, Claire, Could I pay you to set this up for me? Thank you. Yeah, so I'm going to talk you through all of this Facebook garbage that's just popped up, which you probably look at and go, oh my god, what the hell is all that, Claire? So next we'll talk about why you should add these events, okay? So I'm going to click through there. So by adding events, you are going to enable Facebook to show adverts to people who are likely to take a specific action, yeah? This is what Facebook calls conversion. This is when you go into conversion type adverts, when you're setting your ad campaign up. This is when you would use those. But when you're using those, you need to have all of these tracking pixels in place and the correct ones in the correct pages. Whew, what a mouthful. Okay, so all that is going to do is when you set up a conversion type ad campaign, you've put this tracking pixel in to track whatever the hell you want to track conversions for. Facebook is then going to say you have had 50 conversions of that conversion event, whatever you set up, yeah? So I'm going to talk you through all of the different event types. So here we are, number 2. Add the events you would like to track. So here you have the option of purchase, which pretty much speaks for itself. You know what a purchase is. So this is when somebody has give you some money to buy something off your website. You would need to add this tracking pixel to the thank you page after the purchase to track the conversions, yeah? Generate lead, I don't use this option ever because if I want to track leads, I will use the lead ad campaign objective. Completes registration, so if you're sending someone to a landing page which has a couple of boxes to fill in, yeah, so name, telephone number, email address, you're going to use that one. Adds payment info, so if you've got some sort of e-commerce products, you might want to stop people slipping through the net and starting a purchase, then abandoning it. So adds payment info, so that means they've started to put in the credit card details, the phone's rang, the doorbell's gone, the dog wanted out, so they may have turned the computer off and completely forgot that they were going to buy something off you, yeah? So then you can do them a retarget to say you forgot to enter your payment details, please complete your purchase. Same with add to basket. You might get people who are shopping for something on your site, I don't know, maybe they wanted to buy some red shoes, for instance, from your website. They go and click and put the red shoes in the basket, and again, the kids are crying, the doorbell rings, phone rings, they abandon the shopping basket, they forget that they were going to buy the red shoes. This is the way you can send them another message saying, hiya, you forgot to purchase the red shoes. Did you want to continue with your purchase? Yeah. So all this is doing is stopping people from leaking out of your sort of sales pages. Yeah. Adds to wish list. If somebody adds something to a wish list, if you think to Amazon, I know Amazon has a wish list option. So if you added something to your wish list on Amazon, you will probably get off Amazon a retargeted campaign saying, I noticed you added X product to a wish list. Would you like to purchase, or would you like to take a 10% discount voucher today? Yeah, so that is just prompting that person to go and buy something. Same, next one, initiate checkout. The same, they've started to check out and something has happened to make them abandon the shopping cart, yeah? So again, you can retarget those people to remind them to initiate the checkout and complete it, yeah? Search, all that means is somebody has actually looked for something on your website. So if you've got a search box set up on your website, you can retarget people who have searched certain key phrases. And view content, that would still fire off your standard pixel, yeah? So that just means, say, you had a blog post running and you wanted to know who had read it, for instance. That is just the same as your standard pixel page view, yeah? View content, page view. Very similar, yeah? So, if you want to set one of these up, as you can see, they've got little toggle buttons. All you need to do is switch the toggle on. easy peasy. So I'm going to pretend that I want to run an ad campaign to a landing page which tells someone to download my free slideshare on how to target your ideal clients on Facebook. Yeah. So for that, I would want to track who had completed the registration. Okay, so I'm going to turn that on, and voila, some instructions. So you've got the choice of track event when page loads, track event on inline action. I'll just switch over to that, yeah, so you can have a quick look. Yeah, but we're going to stick with track event when page loads. So that means it's going to track all completed registrations. Okay, so it doesn't really matter which option you want there, because it's going to track who completed the registration. And I'm going to put this on the thank you page. Okay, so if you put it on the front page, it will say that you've had 7 bazillion completed registrations. You will go into the back end of your email list to find you have 5. Yeah, so all that means is you've put the pixel in the wrong place, and Facebook is monitoring page views. Yeah, so make sure you put your pixel after the action has been made. Yeah, so if you want to know who has completed the registration, you need to put the pixel on the thank you page at the back end. Yeah, okay, so just make sure if you're running ads to complete registrations that you've got a thank you page at the back end, and not just a light box pop up saying your article is on its way. Make sure you've got a thank you page, otherwise Facebook is going to give you the wrong data. Okay, so that is there. So next, Facebook is showing you a little script. Yes, so all this means is you need to add this little bit of code on that page to the standard tracking pixel. Okay, so we've already installed the base tracking pixel, which will fire on every single page when somebody looks at that page. For this instance, because we would like to monitor who has completed that form, yeah, and completed the registration, we are going to put this on the thank you page and add this little extra bit of code. Yeah. So as you can see, Facebook is now giving you instructions on this. So paste the complete registration event code, which just is that bit above, which says script FBQ open bracket track complete registration, blah blah blah. So that is telling you place the event code on your form completion page. So that is just the thank you page, yeah. Excuse me. So it says add the event code just below the open head tag. This allows the event code to load along with the pixel code when the page loads, which is just a mouthful of gobbledygook. Yeah. So in the box below, it tells you where to put it. So you've got the previous pixel. I'll have at the very end, open the arrow to the left, exclamation mark, end Facebook pixel code. Yeah. After that, you need to slot this extra bit of code in. So copy and paste that after the head. So where it says end pixel code, head, this is where you throw in this extra piece of coding. Yeah. Now Facebook has made this so much easier for you to do yourself. At one time you actually had to amend the base pixel and slot this code in the middle. So if you didn't actually put it in the correct place, everything would have went tits up. Yeah. So Facebook has made this far easier to manage yourself rather than faffing about waiting for your web designer to stick this code on the page that you want it on. Yeah, especially if you've got a lot of different sort of products or registrations that you're promoting at any time. You might have 5 or 6 sort of free entry into your email list products that you might rotate. Yeah, which is always a good idea to have a few, as you're then not boring your audience asking them to download the same thing constantly. Yeah, so if you've got a few different ones, you're going to need to put this on every single one on the thank you page. Woo! Yeah, so this will just save you shitloads of time hanging about waiting for your web designer. Yeah, so it's much easier now. So then Facebook is telling you, check the status of your event by triggering the event on your live web page. So all this means is get that pixel on, put in on, if you're using Google Chrome, put in the little plugin called Pixel Helper, yeah? Click on the button when it comes up in your dashboard, and this will tell you if your pixel is actually firing, yeah? It can take maybe 2 to 3 minutes for it to go live once you've added it to your website. So just always make sure that you test the pixel is actually firing, yeah? If you need a link to the plugin for the pixel checker, just comment on the video and I'll stick a link in, okay? So that was complete registrations, yeah? You might have an e-commerce product, yeah? So all you would do then is you would use the purchase option, and this has got a completely different box, yeah? So this is asking you how much that conversion is worth, yeah? So you would scroll down to conversion value. So say you were selling a pair of shoes for £99. So you would put in there that conversion is £99, yeah? And what currency, so we'll put in there pounds, okay? So all that is going to do, every time somebody buys that product for you, that is going to give you a result back to say that that conversion has made £99. So you may have spent, I don't know, £500 in a month, and you may have sold 10 pairs of shoes. Okay, so that would be a value to your business of £990 minus the £500 you spent getting the sale of those 10 pairs of shoes. Yes, so this is a good way to test if your ad campaigns are actually making you a positive return on interest. Yeah, so if you're sending someone through a product page to click a button to buy something, make sure you just put the conversion value in just to check how well your ad campaigns are running, from how much it's costing you to how much your sales are worth, yeah? So this one really useful if you've got actual physical products to sell, yeah? Or if you've got a clickable button on your website to give you some money, for instance, yeah? So that is for purchases. It's the same thing again. All you're going to do is go into your sales page of that product and amend the event code. Same as before, at the end, Facebook pixel code, slot the event code in, which Facebook is giving you above with the £99 in. And again, just test that it's working, okay? So that is that one. I'll turn that one off. I'm going to ignore generate lead because I don't actually use them. And if you're wanting to track leads, I would probably go with the actual lead ad campaign objective, yeah? So add payment info, let's see what Facebook's telling you, yeah. So that is just telling you to insert the code on your Facebook page, yeah. So place the event code on the add payment success page, yeah. So if somebody has given you some money and you then have a thank you page which says thanks for your payment, that will go there, yeah. So again, useful for excuse me, e-commerce products. Add to basket. Now, if you've got e-commerce products, this is a good one to see if people are abandoning the shopping carts. Okay, so again, we'll go back to red shoes. It would have been worth £99 for a pair of shoes. I've got expensive tastes. £1 or dollars or AUD, whatever country you're in. So, Facebook is saying here, if your add to basket button leads to a new page, place the event on that page, yeah? Otherwise, track this event on an inline action. So that is when we scroll back up and click the inline action. Okay. And that is telling you the coding here, yeah? And where to insert it, yeah? So this would tell you if somebody has added something to a basket. You could set this up as added to basket but didn't get to the thank you page, yeah? So that is going to give you some data back on abandoned shopping carts, yeah? It all sounds very brain frying, unfortunately, yes. pixels are probably the topic I get asked about the most from clients, and especially on e-commerce products. There are so many different variables of what you would like to track, especially e-commerce products, yeah, so physical products on your website. So you want to know who's abandoned the shopping cart, you want to know who's given you money, you want to know who has looked at a product but hasn't bought it yet. So you're going to have to get your head round the pixels first before you start on the custom audience side, yeah. And we'll probably cover custom audiences next week, yeah. Don't want to fry your brains too much today. So that was add to basket. So depending on where you put the coding, this is going to either tell you who's abandoned the basket or who's got to the next page, yeah. Adds to wish list. This is what I said before, a bit like Amazon, where you add it to a wish list and thought, oh, I'd really like that for Christmas, I'm going to send that to my mum, yeah. So you can see who has added things to a wish list, yeah. So you could send them some discount vouchers. You could say you've got a flash sale on for that day only, yeah. So good for retargeting. So a lot of these are pretty much for e-commerce, yeah. The ones I use the most are complete registration and purchase. Okay, initiate checkout. So all this is going to tell you is that somebody has got as far as your checkout process, yeah. So you put it in the shopping basket, they've started to buy it, yeah. This will tell you the people who have got to the checkout process, yeah. So if you wanted to know who got the checkout but didn't get to the thank you page, yeah, you can create custom audiences from that using this pixel code. Ta-da! It's all very brain frying, unfortunately. Search, again, this is if you've got a search box in your website, for instance. Again, we'll go back to e-commerce. Red shoes, if I typed into a website, red shoes, yeah, this is going to create traffic to a custom audience of anyone who looked for a pair of red shoes, for instance, yeah. And view content, that is just when somebody has looked at one of your pages, yeah. So you might have a blog post, for instance, where you want to know if somebody's actually read that, yeah, so use that one for that. Okay, so that is all of the different types of tracking pixels, yeah. It does sound like a lot to take in at first, but once you get your head around it, everything else will slot into place, yeah. It will all make complete sense. So task 1, if you haven't already done it, install the Facebook base pixel, yeah. Okay, so you're going to put that on your website. If you're on WordPress, use pixelmysite.com, yeah. If you're on any e-commerce platforms, when you go to create the pixel, Facebook talks you through how to install it on your platform. So for instance, Shopify, WooCommerce, Magento, can't think of any other e-commerce platforms off the top of my head, yeah. If you're using Google Tag Manager, so if you're wanting to put a pixel delay in, for instance, Google Tag Manager would handle that for you. Facebook again talks you through how to set it up on Google Tag Manager, yeah. So that is task 1, yeah. Task 2, once you start to run ad campaigns to conversions, remember you need to select which event you would like to track, whether it be purchases, generates leads, complete registration, add payment info, add the basket, add a wish list, initiate checkout, search or view content, yeah. Whew, what a mouthful, yes. So there's 2 little tasks for you to get on with, yeah. Any questions, feel free to drop a message in the box below the live stream and I will get back to you, and I hope this was useful, as I know people really struggle with tracking pixels and what they're all about, yeah. So that is that. I will put a reminder up for next week's live stream and we will go through custom audiences next week, I think. Yes, let's do custom audiences. So I'll pop in a little event to say what time it's on. It'll probably be Wednesday, I think, but I'll double check my diary as it's a bit bonkers at the moment. Okay, I will speak to you all later. Bye.